obviously I've been talking about this, and I posted this 22 hours ago, but I also mentioned it on 2 separate streams where I said, basically saying hopefully my spidey sense is correct with this one, and they're going to reduce the severity before it hits land, because it all seems a bit too perfect, this huge amount of fear, because at the time 22 hours ago they were saying it was a category 5, it was a cat 5, which is like the most severe on record. Now they haven't done yet, but they might actually take credit for making it less severe. But check this out, bearing in mind it was a category 5 22 hours ago, it's only a few hours from making landfall.
Hitting, of course, the west coast of Florida. A hurricane that is setting all sorts of new records and highs. Lots of very strange activity surrounding it, as there's also reports of a lot of tornadoes specifically unfolding right now in Florida as well. As the major issue isn't just with the wind, it's of course with the flooding, as a lot of people are expecting life-threatening storm surges that will send a vast amount of water very quickly into a lot of areas all over Florida. And with the way that it's been raining, this signals some larger major problems for almost everyone in the state of Florida. Now, luckily, we are here and we're pretty prepared, as the latest models now are showing that this hurricane will be a category 3 when it hits.
Could you just repeat that for me, sir?
As the latest models now are showing that this hurricane will be a category 3 when it hits Tampa between midnight and 1 a.m. just a few hours.
5 hours later.
Why you thought it was probably Wednesday. We got in here at 11 o'clock last night. We've been with you and we've been keeping you up to date and monitoring this system. So I know multiple power outages are already undergoing, and realistically we're going to see more of these power outages heading into the rest of the day over towards the East Coast and also for Orange County there in Orlando. Right now, Hurricane Milton over towards portions of the Space Coast right now as a category 1 hurricane, and we have the brand new 4 a.m. advisory in right now with those wind speeds. They've dropped again, so we're seeing that significant weakening of this system. But the system still cut across the state as a hurricane. It's continued to maintain hurricane strength, which is something rare considering the fact that it's cut off from its energy source, the Gulf, those warm waters, but it still has those 85-mile-per-hour winds moving northeast now a little more rapidly at 18 miles per hour, and that pressure is coming up. Significant weakening is undergoing with this system, so that's really great news for us here locally and also for the East Coast. Recapping for you guys as you're waking up this morning, we had Hurricane Milton make landfall as a category 3 hurricane in Siesta Key at 8:30 last night. If you were trying to sleep or you lost power, this is the latest, the recap for you. Now, we do know that pressure history in terms of Milton, something historic. 957 was the lowest pressure that we saw.
Trust your intuition.